Hey, everybody, welcome. Let me double check, make sure we're out live right now. Let me take a look see. Make sure you guys are on. You should be on. You're not on. Not yet. There we go. All right, just want to make sure we were live so we can get going here. It's showing me live, but there's nothing coming out. There it goes. I'm live right now. Okay. Let me wave at myself, make sure I'm live. Let me take a look see. Make sure you guys are on. Let me wave at myself. You're not on. Not yet. There we go. All right, just want to make sure we were live so we can get going here. It's showing me live, but there's nothing coming out. Okay. There it goes. Okay, we're good. All right, so I'm going to start up TikTok, and we'll get going here. You're going to have me for about 2 hours today because I'm early. First off, I'm earlier. I'm earlier because yesterday I came on at like, what was it, 2, or the other day was 2:30. I only worked till 3:30 or 4 o'clock. So we're going to be on a little longer today. So let me get this set up over here on TikTok, and we can get on with our day. And we can get going on this today. There we go, cookie house build. Well, that wasn't good. TikTok just crashed. Don't be crashing, TikTok. Don't be crashing. Play nice, TikTok. Okay. Let me get this going. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're enjoying your weekend so far. I am. It's been quiet, which is nice for me. What live goal do I want to run today? Those? Let's do those. Should I do those or do the other ones? Let me pick a goal for everybody today that are out there on TikTok, and then we'll get going. And remember, well, I can't, because of the other two networks, I can't do, let's go with the Sundays. Let's do 6 Sundays. Let's do 10 Sundays today. 10 chocolate Sundays. Confirm. All right, let me get started on TikTok, and then we're on our way. Here we go. All right, here we go. Now we're good. There we go. All right, let me put myself in here. Stuff I don't do for you guys. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Cookie House Build. So it's what? 2:45 right now? I'm always late. You know that. Fashionably late. So welcome, everybody. What we'll do is I'm going to go till around 4:30 doing this. So it's going to be a longer build today because I really haven't had time this past week. Yesterday, life got in the way again, and didn't get a chance to get in here and do this at all. So I'm glad I'm in here. So for those of you that don't know what I'm doing, my name's Charlotte. Going to be your host for the next hour and a half or so. I'm also the California House Paranormal Investigation Team based out of Northern California. We are 45 strong up and down the state of California. We also have people in Washington, Nevada, and Hawaii, and back east. If you have a paranormal need, get a hold of me. I'll get you set up. We've been around for a long time, over 25 years. So we're back to the build. Like I said, I didn't get a chance to get in here yesterday. And I know the day before that was a shortened day, so I apologize. But life got in the way yesterday, so it is what it is, you know. And tomorrow, please remember that we will be building tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific. The schedule has changed for tomorrow's radio show, to read the book. How's it going, everybody? See who's out here. Boy, my eyesight today is... Hi, Blue. So tomorrow, 1 p.m. or 12 p.m. Pacific for the scary story book, the scary story readings. And then we'll be back in here at 4 p.m. Pacific to do the build on this house. Okay, so that's the schedule for tomorrow. That will go from 4 to 8 p.m. Pacific tomorrow night. No readings tomorrow night because that's my night off from doing tarot readings. But I'll be back Monday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific for those. But tonight we will have readings at 6:45 p.m. Okay, so we'll be doing that. So I want to welcome everybody. I am trying to collect at least 50,000 likes, if you can help me with that. I'm also trying to collect 10 chocolate sundaes. If you guys can help me out with the 10 chocolate sundaes, that would be nice too. Good to see everybody, and I hope you enjoy yourselves. And I'll show you where we're at, where we left off, and off we go. We're going to put the snow on at least on the roof. You get the snow and everything on there. Why is that wet? See, I picked the wet one to do my glasses with. Dummy. Okay, now I can see. Ah, there you are. All right, everybody, it's good to see you all. I got one person watching. All right, we're broadcasting on 3 different networks. I'm currently broadcasting on TikTok. I'm also broadcasting on the other 2 networks that I can't mention because that would be a huge no-no for TikTok. No readings until 6:45 p.m. Pacific tonight, okay, guys? We're just having fun. So we left off, we were painting the roof panels, and here it is here. These don't have to be super dark, so they're kind of like color slate right now. So I think that'll work. I mean, I could go back and add some more on there. I don't know. Maybe you guys can help me decide on that. Should we make the roof panels darker? What do you think, you guys? Or leave them like they are? Either way, I've got to put thousands of lights on them. So what do you guys think? Should we make the roof panels darker or keep them like they are? Hello, everybody. Welcome. No opinions? Wow. Nobody has an opinion. Because if I make the roof panels darker, that's going to delay setting in the snow and stuff on there. So what do you guys think? I mean, they probably would look good if they were darker. I'm just saying. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Come on in. Stay a while. We're going to be talking ghost stories and all kinds of things today while we're sitting here. But no readings. No readings today. No readings until 6:45 tonight. All right, let me look at the roof right now. And because, see, they don't have the roof this dark color, and I just felt the roof should have been slated like a normal roof. This is what we're attempting to do. Now, what we actually finished doing, that's 2 different things. But let me look at this roof real quick, which I can't see with my glasses on naturally. Let me get in here and look. And I see the roof up here that they're working there. Okay, there's that. Now I want to look at the roof. Okay, there's the roof there. They don't give you clear instructions on how to paint the roof. Now, see, they did make it gray because I'm seeing the light things on there. So let's go ahead. I'm going to try with a thicker gray today without diluting it. See if we can make it super gray. And then if I decide I don't like it, we could always dilute. We'll do 1 more coat of gray on everything, and then we'll start putting the snow on, okay? We'll start putting the snow on the thing. So let me grab the gray, and then we'll start with that. So hopefully, there's not a lot of gray left. See that? Kind of a pool down the bottom. This is what we have left of the gray. So let's see if I can put it on with a brush. If not, then I'll go ahead and put a little bit of water in there for it. I don't think this is even brushable at this point. No. If I was to put it on, it's just going to lump on. Yeah. Yeah, it's not even brushable. So let's go ahead. We'll make some more gray paint real quick. And then we'll do at least 1 more coat of gray paint on these things. And then we'll call it. Then we'll stop fussing with the gray paint. Okay? I just think it needs a little more gray on it. So a little darker gray. I don't need a lot. I don't need a lot of this stuff for paint either. Okay. So let me do this. The paint is frosting, of course. What I should do is the way I've been doing it, I haven't been doing it correctly. Let's do this. Since that's frosting, I could dunk my brush in there and get it to a good consistency. Since that's frosting, it doesn't matter when I put my top back on my cup because it's frosting. So let me wet this brush. Let me go in here and wet this. It's like I've been doing all this stuff backwards the last few days. We just want to loosen this up enough so that it spreads on fairly thick. I mean, that's what we're going for. But we also don't want to thin it out. And what I've been doing by accident, by doing this stuff, is thinning it out too much. Let's try that. And I haven't been happy about it. I'll leave that open for now. Yeah, that's the consistency. That's what we want. All right, so let me put this water back in my water thing. And like I said, don't get grossed out. The brushes have been washed. And what I'm dealing with here is frosting. All it is frosting. I just wish we had access to music today, but we don't. So, you guys, okay, I want to make sure you guys can see what I'm doing too. So let me, I still got to glue this thing together. So we're still like dealing with gluing stuff together. So hang on a second. Let me get some stuff shifted. So can you guys see what I'm doing? That's the first question. No, you can't. Okay, let me get the tray up. Where'd the tray go? Yesterday was an incredibly stressful day. It would have been nice to get in here and do this yesterday to calm myself down a little bit. But I had an incredibly stressful day yesterday. So, okay, so let's do this. All right, let's do some more gray on here, and then we're going to move on to other stuff, okay? Actually, that went on nice and dark. Let's go with a bigger brush. Because the bigger brush we go with, the better it's going to be to get this thing done. So I'm glad, I hope everybody's having a great Saturday. Yeah, that's nice. We're just going to, I don't think it's going to get a lot darker. I wish it would, but it doesn't. It won't get really a lot darker as we push this across. Let it dry. We'll put snow on here. As we get ready to put on the 10,000 or was it million twinkly lights, is the way Clark called it, right? Clark W. Griswold. It was millions of twinkly lights. See? So one more coat should do it, and I don't think it's going to get any darker. I have to add a little bit more water. I don't think it's going to get any darker. I just don't. The only way it would be dark enough is if I did it just straight frosting on there. And that's not going to work because this frosting is old, so it's stiff. So let me get in here and brush this. Loosen this up a bit. Okay, that should do it right there. Okay, so there we go. Now we can just frosted window panes. Get in trouble with the powers that be over at the other two networks. It's good to see everybody. I hope you're having a great weekend. So I'll be back at 6:45 tonight to do tarot card readings for everybody. It's fun, man. You guys don't realize how fun my tarot card sessions are. They're very fun. I've had people fall asleep and I wake them up when they're listening. That's how it gets. That's why in the one segment we talk about blowing the doors off the doors and windows off TikTok. And that's because it's just crazy. It gets crazy, man. Okay. I don't want to do the sides too much because we want to glue this together. Or not glue it, but I mean, put it together. So hopefully this dries fast. In the meantime, we can look at stuff on the house, and I want to start figuring out if I'm going to be able to apply the twinkling lights via the little Doppler thing they gave me, the tube, or I'm going to have to do it by hand, with toothpicks. So it's good to see everybody. Nice quiet time on the show. I discovered a TV series, the limited TV series I never knew about. So I was watching that last night. Watched part of it today. My Roku is coming to me today from Amazon. So the only good thing about that was, well, when I didn't have my Roku set up originally about a year ago, I didn't realize that I could project it off my phone. Because what I did before was I had the little thing for my iPhone that I would hook up to my iPhone and project the TV, project to my TV. Hi, Pamela. How's it going? But I didn't realize that even though I didn't have the Roku remote that I could have projected off my other phone. I just discovered that today. And so I was in there having my dinner, my early dinner before I do this, having my early dinner and projecting the TV show. Really good TV show. Only 5 episodes. It was a Discovery Channel documentary back in 2018. But excellent episode. Just excellent. All right, let me get the other half of the roof. We'll do that, and then we'll get on with the other half of the project. Okay? See where there needs to be snow, and we'll start snowing the building. Okay? So let me get this going. And then once this is done, we can wait for it to dry. Then we could add the snow, and then we're going to go ahead and start adding twinkly lights. And by adding them on the roof first, I think it's A, they have to be lined up a certain way, and B, it'll be a way to see them as I'm putting them on, as opposed to when I'm putting them on the actual body of the house, which is also yellow, like the lights. So Make sure we're matching. But we'll get the snow in today. So we'll probably, what time is it now? I'll be here till about 4:30 doing this stuff. So we're looking at a good, hour and 45, hour and a half, and hour and 45 minutes today to get work done. And don't forget, we have a little trailer, which we're going to do like Cousin Eddie's trailer. But I do have one. A friend of mine ordered the Brio one, so I'll be building like a Brio Cousin Eddie's trailer. 500 pieces and some change. And it's small. It's like a 10 by 4. So this thing's going to be incredibly small. Which means not so much the trailer itself, but the bricks. The bricks. Okay, a 4-pack of Lego, number 4, I call them 4s and 6s. A 4 thing of Lego is like this, right? The little 4-piece. If this is what I think it is, and it's like Brio was involved in this, the 4-piece will be like this big. It'll be like 1/3 the size. Because that's what happened to me. I bought the Oakland A's mascot during COVID because I wanted one. Always wanted to get the elephant. And sure enough, it was a Brio, so it came with those tiny little pieces. Okay, let me get the one corner on the other corner that broke so I can make sure that's painted too. All right, this will dry fast. This house is hot. This house is really warm. Let me find. Oh, we got a couple things. Hang on. I didn't realize I had more room. So let's do a little bit more here. Here I'm like throwing it on there like it's going out of style. Where is the small piece that broke off? That's what we're interested in. See if it moved or something. God, I really lose it. Nope, that's not you. Nope, not you either. Where are you? Where are you? Nope, that's not you. Uh-oh, where is it? Where's that piece? Oh, there it is. Whew. That's a relief. I am waiting for a package, you guys. Let me go check real quick. I am waiting for a package. I'll be right back. Could have been the noise I made too. The dog didn't like it, but let me double check. I am waiting on a package. Here. Thank you. Okay. Sorry about this. One second. All right, that's fine. Okay. Double check, make sure the other packages are really. Oh, I did put in there. Anyway. All right, sorry about that. Mailman came, dropped some stuff off, but I've got a package coming from the Big A. Let's see the Big A, so TikTok doesn't get all defensive. But I've got a package coming from the Big A because, there's some days that when you wake up in the morning and you want to accomplish a lot of stuff, and everything's all bright and shiny, and you go take your shower, you get ready to go out, and I got dressed, everything was fine, went into my living room, and my Roku remote and a pen disappeared. No idea where it went. And that should have been a sign yesterday. That should have been a sign to just cancel my appointment that I had, pack it up and just stay in. And then the day was lovely and I'm saying that, to say it. The day was lovely. From there on in, everything turned into one big massive pile of crap. And like I said, when the Roku disappeared, that should have been an indication that all was not well with yesterday. All was not going to be good yesterday. And that was true. So instead of looking for the Roku, because I have one of those couches that eats. You guys ever have a couch that eats things? It's got the big enough gap in there that no matter what falls there, by the time you go to reach for it because you shift, because you're trying to grab stuff, it gets sucked in. And there's no going between, between the cushions because it's just too wide. The cushions are too hard to move, But that should have been the first indication that, the things were not going to go well yesterday. And I should have just called it a day. But I didn't, because I'm the trooper, I'm forever the trooper, and I didn't see a need to. Yesterday was a day from hell. So anyway, on the way out the door, instead of looking for the remote, because I have to tip the couch up onto the front to get in behind the couch to see if there's anything back there. So there's really no point in doing that. It's just investing. You got to move everything. So on the way out, I just looked up the Big A because I had ordered Roku remote before, like early in the year. This wasn't even remote. I looked up the Big A, and there the remote was still, in the back orders that I had. And I just hit that button and ordered it. That's what's coming today. And then, like I said today, I got up and realized I didn't need it because I could watch Tubi and stuff through the Roku system via my Android phone. So it's been like that. But today's been a good day. I had to go out and get dog food, make a dog food run, grab some lunch. Because with this, when I do this, I have to split everything. I have to have my lunch, and then in between this and doing the other show tonight, I will eat my dinner and then take a nap. But today I had an early dinner, so okay, so that's done. So the roof is done as far as I'm concerned, and so we're gonna wait for it to dry. So what we're gonna do next is let me look at the box, see where we're at, see if I can actually put snow on some other places on this, so we get started on that. And then at some point we're gonna start those twinkly lights. And I would like to do it on the roof, but since it's wet, it may take longer to dry. You know what I mean? But the roof would be the easiest because I can line them up in straight lines and stuff. Okay, so that's good. And because this is frosting, when I went to wash the brushes, all I did was soak them in water, and they came out beautiful. All right, let's see what I got for snow on the front of this thing. Now we'll go to the main picture. Okay, it looks like roof snow. We have grass there. I have grass stuff I can use. So it looks like mainly the roof has snow. All right. So I could put the little Christmas lights on. We could do that today. Thank you so much. Thank you for the rose. Thank you for the love. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Shelley. So what we can do, see, we can't even do that. Well, on the lower thing down here, let's do this, okay? For now, while we wait for that to dry. On this lower part of the door, the front door, we can go ahead and put those other kind of Christmas lights on there right now and get that out of the way. Because we really can't do that anywhere else because the roof has to sit on top of that spot, on that side. So the roof has to be on for me to put the other ones on. So, or I could just, because the way it's looking, no, they're hanging off the roof. Yeah, they're hanging in the in-between spot. So that can't be done. It's enlarged. No kidding. However, I can do the lights for these, and I can do the lights for the end one. So there should be the one with the 4 windows in there. That one with the 4, we can put the lights on. So let's do that. So where is it? Where's the end one with the 4? Where are you? That's not you. Nope, that's not you either. Or is that you? I'm not seeing that. Hang on. Unless it's two pieces. I'm seeing two curved top windows. Oh, it might be two separate pieces. Let me see. I'm confused, which does not take much in my life. Okay, so we got that in. I see that in there. Okay, so I'm only seeing two windows. Why does it look like four? I'm seeing two windows, so why is it looking so different in the main photo? I'm seeing two windows and a single window. I don't get, right, it's supposed to be showing me the side. It's showing me definitely four windows on that side, but there's not four windows there. Okay. Nothing like confusing. All right, so it's showing me, and it's just showing me one row of two is what I've got here. So let's, very confusing. Okay, let's see. I got that window. Thing of it is, I'm not seeing the two windows side by side. The only thing I'm seeing is this probably right here. This is probably right here. That's what I'm seeing with two windows. So this is supposed to go right here. That's what I'm seeing as the two windows. Interesting. Because it looks like there's two windows close together. And then you got a separate window. Right. Is that what it is? This is the one here. This is the double window. So this is this part. Okay. That is that part. And then the roof goes on. Yeah, that is what I'm looking at. Is right there. It's just, it looks like it was separated more, which I can see because some of the frosting came off here. Okay, so that's where we're at with that. So that is the part I need. So let's go ahead and just put the icing on there, and we'll go ahead and, yeah, where's my icing? We'll use this icing because I'm not going to mess around all night. So let me find the candy, and then we'll go ahead and we'll put the lights on, put those other lights on here on the front there, and then we'll go with that. There. I think these are clever. Well, you know what would have been great with this kit? Had they given us a whole bag of yellow ones of those, you know, and just the smaller light, only make them smaller. That would have been the best. Okay. So here's what we're doing. We're going to go ahead and put lights on here. Because these are going to have to dry anyway. And this is going to make a huge mess. So that's just how life is. We're making messes today. Okay, so I need a red, yellow, green, blue, and red for over there. Okay, so we'll just grab the color I need. So we want a red, yellow. Let's do this since we're not going to do this. We dump that back in there. Since we're not going to be painting, we're just going to, I need this, so I'm going to clean that out. That's where the lights are going to go now. That's the new spot for the lights. I need something to dry it with. Thank you. So that's the new headquarters for those big lights, because you and I both know the second I start messing around with that bag, they are going to go everywhere in here. Okay, now we're good. So again, guys, I will be back at 6:45. Yeah, 6:45 p.m. Pacific. Oh, what a mess. Look at that. I'll grab another bag. I'm just not going to mess with it. Just grab another baggie. It's all good. Got lots of baggies. I have lots of baggies in my supplies. Okay, so what color did I say I needed? My short-term memory kicking in. Okay, I need red, yellow, green, blue, and red. Okay. And we have to round them to make it look like it's round and give it that effect. Good luck with that, right? Red, yellow, blue, green, and red. There's the red and the green. Okay, so let's see if I can make like a round effect for a 3D. But I mean, that was done by a professional baker, I would think, for this cookie house, the original, whoever did. Okay. Bring it down like a circle. Well, that'll be interesting. Okay. Can I do it? That's the question. What do you think, Punk? Can it be done? Do some punk country love. Just staple all the chickens together, watch them flop around the yard. Okay. So we're going to want to start up here, obviously, with it, with that first red one. And then we'll go ahead and just lob this on for now. So it's on the corner, not quite up there, but that's okay. I'll drop it down a little bit. So here we go. Question is, do I feel lucky? Whoop, I got a yellow one. Look at that already. I grabbed the wrong color. Damn it, Jim. Okay. So this is going to sit here. There's the first light. And as soon as that firms up a little more, I'm going to go ahead and take the glob of frosting off. That's behind it. Okay, now we're going to drop down a little bit with the yellow. So it's a thing of dropping down and coming back up with it to give it a 3D effect. So the yellow, green, and blue are going to be at the same level, and the other red's up on the side there. Okay, so we're here. Yellow, green, and blue. Okay. So let's do this. Where'd Mr. Toothpick go? See, I'm really losing stuff. We got a lot of Mr. Toothpicks. There's a lot of Mr. Toothpicks in this house. I do pumpkin carvings, you know. What do you do with a pumpkin carving? You get Mr. Toothpick. I mean, without, like if the pumpkin carving falls apart, what do? You get Mr. Toothpick. Mr. Toothpick and Mr. Superglue. It's a fine art being me. Okay. So this is for the yellow. So if I do this right, it's going to look more 3D. But you got to remember, I'm the one that's doing it, so. Since I'm the one that's doing it, we want to be a little lower. Let's make it a little lower. I could go a little higher with this and then a little lower with that. There we go. I'll show you guys in a second. I need green, blue, and then back up on the red. Okay, let's do that. All right, let's throw another one on there. It does have a 3D effect, though, which is kind of cool. And I forgot the other night because I was in a hurry to do my ceremonial spoonful of frosting at the end. There. This is why I think the best bet for that green or blue million lights thing, that I'm going to have to use a toothpick. So I can put little tiny globs on there for the lights. Or I had an idea, somebody gave me an idea of buying those silver balls, the silver or gold balls, and putting them on. So I'm seriously considering that at this point. As the man would say, it depends which way the wind's blowing for me on a particular day. So in your opinion, you guys, which vacation movie was the best? Was the original Vacation movie the good or the best? Was this one the best one? Was Vegas Vacation good? Or was European Vacation good? Which one do you think were the best? Good to see everybody. Thank you. Whoever gave me the ice cream sundae, thank you. Thank you very much. I can't do my usual song because of copyright. So thank you. Just know I'm singing my little song in my head. Don't want to have copyright issues with the other two networks. This is why I think if those lights, Pamela, see how I'll show you. I can put little dabs of this stuff on there for the lights. I don't know. Let's just see how it works out. Okay, so this is going to sit up higher because it's right. I'll turn it around and show you guys what this looks like. And I mounted it. No, I thought I mounted it backwards. I'm good. I'm okay. Really, I am. Well, that doesn't look too bad for the hatchet job that I do. It's sliding all over now because it's more texture because the gray wasn't thick enough. The gray was too thick when I installed this stuff. That doesn't look too bad. Hang on a second. You just don't want to stay in your place, huh? You're irritating me. This blue one just doesn't want to go where I want to go. There we go. Now we'll put the red in. That's not too bad. I can see kind of like the 3D effect. Excuse me, pardon me. Boy, I went to put my dog in her crate a few minutes ago. Boy, did she let off one, boy. That dog needs some roughage, I tell you. See if I can get this. There's where I want it. How far down are those hanging the lights? Christmas vacation. Oh, good. So as long as it hangs into that, just above that, the base of the first top part of the window, we're good. God, I'm struggling with this last one. That's because that, like I said, that frosting was thick when I did it for that. So it's kind of, here, I'll show you. Before it falls off. Gotta get it time to dry. So there you go, the first light. See that? The first lights of Christmas. Yep. The first lights of Christmas. So we'll do them over the door. Just let that dry. Do them over the front door. What color is right on the front door now? Okay, so I need a yellow, green, blue, red, and yellow. Okay. Good to see everybody. Welcome. Welcome over there on the other two networks. Who else is in here? Timothy, hello. Good to see you, Mr. Schmidt. Green, blue, and yellow. Okay, is that all I need, or I need red on there? Okay, I got more blue, green. Okay, yellow, green, blue, red, and yellow. Okay, yellow, green, blue, red, and yellow. I think these little, I've never seen these till this year. Those little light bulb thingies are pretty good. I've been scoping out candy for our dollar store for the Valentine's house. Remember, when we finish this one, we got to finish that other gingerbread house we were building. Okay, so the blue's at the top, then the tapers from there. So I've got it in the order it needs to be right now. So here we go. So this is going to be at the peak. Okay, got it. So let's put the blue one on the peak. I can't wait to put the snow on the roof. That's what I'm waiting on. I want the snow on the roof. I'm from California. I'm from an area in California that don't snow very often. So I'm all about the snow. The cute thing was when I worked up in Placerville, which is in the mountains, well, in the foothill mountains, there were some of us that were from the valley, you know, what they call the valley. And all the managers were very sweet because they knew that we didn't see snow all the time. So when it snowed, they would allow us to. Hi, Timothy. So when it snowed, they would allow us to go out in the parking lot, you know, during work hours and be out in the snow. Hangtown, yeah. Yep. But that was the thing that was very sweet because they knew that we hadn't been around snow. So when the snow was coming down, they would let us go out there for like 5 or 10 minutes, you know, to horse around a little bit in the snow. Because none of us, you know, lived up in the snow countries. So they were really good about it. Oh, and my hat went flying. Yeah, old Hangtown. Lots of hangings there. I missed the Hangman's Tree Saloon. I loved it. A lot of ghost hunting there. A lot of great ghost hunting in that saloon. Okay, blue and yellow. Okay, start tapering down now. Boy, there's not a lot of room to taper on this. God, they're almost on top of each other. All right, we'll do my best. But the Hangman's Saloon, the Hangman's Tree, that was a haunted place, man. And then on Main Street there, the Chamber of Commerce building also was haunted. And what a lot of people don't realize with that Chamber of Commerce building is that building was also used to hang people. Well, not the building, but that area. We want cookies. Oh, yeah. If anybody's in here that's a moderator, I don't know if Kathy's going to be able to make it tonight. So if you guys want to volunteer to moderate tonight, that would be great. Because I haven't heard from Kathy. I sent her a couple messages, see how she was doing tonight. So just want to make sure we have ourselves covered. Blessed. Sorry. Not for anybody in particular. Blessed. Just saying. I'm not aiming the request to anybody in particular. Blessed. But yeah. We did such a good job last night. We worked really well together last night. You did a great job. I just don't say that to anybody, you know. Yeah. Hey, that's the thing. Did you ever dream that your first name would help somebody hook up a loogie? Bless is like family. We tease each other. We harass each other. We tease each other. It's all like family. No, not anything less. I was able to keep my throat clear last night. Yeah. Last night was fun. We had a good night. Blessed did very well. I have a really good moderator team. I really do. Over on TikTok, my moderators are fantastic. They all have to have a sense of humor like me, or they won't stay long. I won't have moderators for long if I don't, you know. If they don't have a sense of humor, that's for sure. Okay, did I do this right? I think we got this one right. Whoa! You just never know. Just never know if I'm going to have it right, huh? Okay, push it down. Don't make them fall. Don't be an idiot. Now that works. If I can do it on the other side of it, it'll be great. Yes, I know you're saying, show me, show me, show me. Give me a minute as soon as I get the other two ones on here, and then I'll show you. But if you have it, if you don't have a TikTok account, and you should get one and come over and visit us. I can guarantee you that I've been called a professional with my readings. But I'm really good at the readings, but I've been called unprofessional because there's no psychic out there that's going to do what I do and the way I do it. And it is a serious thing. I know, just like ghost hunting, you know, being out there and, you know, doing readings for people, you're dealing with people's livelihood, with their lives, you know, and it's like I have to be careful when I talk to people. But on the other hand, too, I'm a person that my nickname, my sister used to call me the busy bee because I was always so busy, you know, my imagination. So I have to bring that into my psychic readings because I get bored, man. If I have to sit there and go card after card after card, and saying the same thing over and over, it makes me crazy. So I have to, did that one fall on the side? Almost. I have to laugh. I have to make people laugh. So that's what I do. And the majority of people that come in for the show, man. You know, it's all about the show. It's funny to watch. It's funny to see people's expressions, especially when newer people who don't know about the show, and they come in and they're shocked. I had one guy just go, "What in the heck? What the WTF did I walk into?" And I thought that was hilarious. And he stayed. He became a loyal follower. But his first reaction was, WTF did I walk into? Because the last thing you expect is for a psychic to do that stuff. A psychic to I'm not going to say attempt to yodel, you know, and sing and all that stuff. My attempt at yodeling is an attempt. That's all I'll say. No insult intended for anybody. Okay, I'm going to show you what I did. This has to dry now before I screw it up. We get this down to where it needs to be. Whoop, nope, stop moving around. It's because there's clumps on here of stuff. Stop that. And you talk to inanimate objects too. Don't tell me you don't. Okay, I gotta get rid on that edge. I need some sticky. I need to stick them. And my stomach's yelling at me. What else is new? Okay, that'll work. Plenty stick them. And, you know, I'm very honest with people. I'll tell them flat out what I'm doing. A lot of my people, hey, Peggy, a lot of the people that come on are from Texas, you know, in Old Point South. I'm a California girl. I've been on a horse maybe twice in my life, outside of a pony at the zoo that's led by somebody. And I'm very frank about that, and I tell them that. And I'm not making fun of anybody. I'm just having, you know, I'm taking the music and just making it my own and making it funny. You know, there's nothing to make fun of anybody who's Texan or Native American or anything like that. Okay, let me show you. You guys ready for this? That one doesn't fall off. It's a little off. This should be over a little more. This green one. It just looks like the spacing's off a lot. All meticulous work, you guys. Yeah, the blue probably could have moved over a little bit too. We'll try and get a little tiny bit more space in between these. Watch, the little fall off now. That'll frustrate the hell out of me then. Okay, it's this red one that's like way over. How about that? That's better. That's better spacing. And the red one, yeah, okay. Let me push down so I have them down so I can show you guys. Okay, so we got those first windows and we got the front door down. Let's see it. See the lights on the front door? Kind of cool. You guys see that over there? See the other network? See? So that's done. Let's see if there's some more windows we can do or if it's just lined up on the top. That's kind of nice, huh? That's got to dry now. Yeah, my stomach's not good today. Okay, see what else we got here. These are almost dry. We can start adding snow. Yeah, we're just going to have to go over, well, the second half. I just have concerns because I have a feeling that they're attaching to that roof as they're coming down, just like on the top. So what we can do now is, these are pretty much dry, so we can start adding our snow on the eaves. So let's do the snow, shall we? Let's make it snow. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Oh, the weather outside is frightful. Fire is so delightful. Sorry. And since you know place to go, I thought about, I have some snow glitter. I have what they call snow text. It's a thing that's thick. It's like frosting. Only it looks like snow. I have some of that for my Christmas, my hand painted Christmas village. It's hard to find. So I thought about that for this project, and then I thought, no, I don't want to use up my snow text on here. So what we're going to do is we got this. I'm assuming this is our snow. Oh, it was open. I didn't open this bag. I did not open this. This was open. Uh-oh. Is it dry? Some places. We may have to use snow text. I didn't even know that was open. That should have been open. All right, let me see if there's any more down here. We may have to do snow text because that's open. And I think I have the snow text in my bathroom, so I go get it. But it still needs, even with the snow text, you got to use, just looking at it now. You got to use extra fine, you know what, we'll just use the, I don't see this making a difference. You know, if we use the Duncan Hines, that frosting over there, we should be able to do it. I'm not going to worry about it. This has been opened, so, okay. Do I have any spark? I'm trying to think. What I can do is we can do the snow today, let it dry, and then I'll see if I can find because I'm not going to eat this, okay? So I'll see if I can find the snow stuff from my village to make it look brighter and snowy, But for now, we can do it this way. We'll just we'll use frosting for now, and then I can always add on to it. Put a little more frosting on there and pour that stuff on there. So let me see how this looks. This will be the first thing we do. So what we're going to want to do is it's going to be, okay. So if I'm looking at this from that perspective, this way. So we're going to have, okay. All right, let me do it. So we're going to go ahead and put snow on here. So you got a little bit of snow up here. It expands as it comes down here and then goes across. So that's what we'll do. I'll put a thin layer of this stuff on there is what I'll do. White sounding sugar. Okay, there's supposed to be a rounding of sugar in here, which I think is the snow. Hang on, what's going on here? There should be a little something that's snow. Let me see. So it did give me like some sugar because the sugar was sparkle. That's what they gave me. So let's see if it's in here. I know we have that. Ah, there it is. So what we'll do, that's what that's for. Okay, they do have it. So what we can do with this is put the frosting on first, which is what that white frosting was about, and then pour the sugar on there. Pour some sugar. Yeah, put the sugar on there. That's what we can do. Okay. But that's that glitter I have for the snow looks a lot like this sugar. But it has some blue and pink crystals in it, which makes it really look cool. All right, so let's do this. Let's make snow. And let's make a big mess and make snow. Let me move this thing in front of here because it's going to be messy when we shake the sugar off. Shake, 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 shake. Okay. So, shake, Sonora. Do, 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 do. All right, we'll start. Here we go. Shake, 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 Sonora. Okay. Oh, the weather outside is frightful. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay. See what else we'll be doing. Where's Mr. Brush? Where's Mr. Semi-Flat Brush? You go. I want you. Nope, you're too big. I don't like that. I don't like having that big end of it. That one. Let's see if I can do this. Make a huge mess. That's what I'm good at, making huge messes. It's my life. Oh, yeah, here we go. And I'll do what I wanna. Okay, make sure I'm doing it right. So we're painting this on. We're creating the snowy effect. I can go almost to the top with that and across. Okay. So we're going to go almost to the top with this and across. So slap some snow on this bad boy. If you see a light blinking, it's because the light, the overhead light in here is going out. There's nothing worse than one of those when those fluorescent lights go out because they're a big pain in the rumpus. Here we go. Shake, 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 Sonora. Do 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 do. What? Da 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 da. Do 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 do. And the way stuff pours out, I'm going to tell you this right now. If it's anything like glitter, it's going to be a mess. And the thing is, it's going to be whole sugar. That's what bites about the whole thing. It's going to be whole sugar that's pouring out. Okay, so it kind of goes up and then, okay. I got it, okay. So it kind of rises up right there. Just trying to match as much as I can. So it kind of rises up. So I got it right there. So I think we're okay. I got to start tapering it over a little bit. Bring it down a little bit like that. There we go. Because it kind of circles up and then tapers down. And goes all the way across. Okay. Shake, 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 Sonora. So we're going all the way across anyway with it. I want to try and keep it as thin as possible too, because when we put those little lights on there, just like you see the trouble I'm having putting the candy bulbs on there. That's because it's uneven. So I want to make sure it stays as even as possible. So I'm going to do extra brushing to make sure it does that. You know, across. What I need is like a trowel. Let's see how it's going across. Now we're going to go up with it thinner, and then we're going to put our sugar on to simulate snow. Everybody having a good day? You guys are bailing on me. Hi, Bubblicious. Hello. Be back at 6:30 p.m. Pacific tonight to do readings, guys. That's where I'm at. We're just doing gingerbread. Okay. So it's going to kind of get thinner going up all the way up on that. Okay. So it kind of bubbles out and gets thinner. Thinner. Remember that movie, Stephen King? Thinner. So we're going to start out kind of thin. It's going to kind of bubble out. So that's what I'm doing is the bubble. Then we're going to come down this way. Shake, 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 Sonora. Probably get it copyrighted. Do, 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 do. Okay, so let me get this, and now we're going to put the sugar on there. Talk about a big mess, Batman. Here we go. I haven't got an answer here yet. the season's still young, right? Okay, let me do that. So, okay, so I'll show you, and then we're going to snow text this bad boy with sugar. La 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 la. Okay, so let me show you. So it now looks like this. We've snow texted it. See? Now let's see if we can make it glow with sugar. And this is the sad part, because what's going to happen is the sugar is going to pour out all over. That's why you guys may see me switch to the snow text or to that other stuff. If this looks like crap, by the time I get done, I'm going to go ahead and get that other stuff and just use that other stuff because it looks so good. If I knew where it was offhand, I'd go get it now. But I don't know where it is offhand. I know it's over in my living room. Because I was getting ready to do work on my houses last year. Bought the supplies I needed, and then life got in the way. So I never got to my houses and everything. Because I painted all those things like when I was 18, 19. They've been painted for like 30 years. And they're starting to get really, really bad looking. I joke with my sister about it because, oh, that looks so good. Oh my God, that looks so good. Went all over, but oh, does that look good. Ooh, that looks really good. Wow. That looks as good as the snow text on my village. Wow. That's saying something. This is coming from somebody that works on like holiday houses, and stuff to paint them. Wow, that looks good. Pure sugar, but oh, does that look good. Wow, I'm impressed. There we go. We got some snow. If you can see it glitter, look. Yeah, there it is. Maybe I hope you can see it glitter in the light. Wow, that glitter looks good. It is glittering. See if I get an angle. See how the glitter's on there? Wow, that looks good. But like I said, I'm a person that works, like on my village. I'm a person that works with this stuff, with this kind of, making this kind of stuff with snow. This is great. But it's sugar. I mean, it is pure sugar, but that just turned out so good. That just turned out wonderful. Wow. I wish you guys could see it from this angle with the bright lights on it. Hey, maybe, hang on. Let me see if I can. Hang on. I'd like this, you guys to see it. It turned out really good. Talk about a wow factor. And you can ask my sister and my niece. I mean, I've been doing my little Christmas village for years. I hand painted. I find it's 40 buildings. 3 of them are like classic Walmart buildings that my friends have got me over the years and things like that. But the rest of them were all hand painted myself, all ceramic. And so I've been doing this kind of stuff for years. And let's see if I can get you guys to see this. Oh, maybe that'll work. Okay. I don't know. See if you can see the glitter. I'm trying to let you see the glitter on this. I hate this because this is opposite. That's not opposite, but this is. Okay. See if you guys see. I'm having trouble. Anyway, take my word for it. It's all glittery. I'm trying to see if I can. You can see it a little bit there. That's pretty incredible. But yeah, I mean, I've been doing it for years, so I'm impressed by this. All through fine. And don't forget, over there on your network over there, you guys, it's going to reset at some point. There's going to be a it'll reset itself. So if you lose me for a second, I'll bring you right back up, or it'll bring itself back up. Okay, so don't take off running or anything. Wow, that is a good one. All right, let's do the roof part then. The regular roof part. That turned out really pretty. Wow, looks like ice crystals. I wish maybe I'll start earlier next year, like around June, well, my village, so I can take you guys through the steps as I do, updates on it, to get the snow and everything looking good again. My dad had a joke about living up in the mountains. If any of you guys have lived in the mountain, well, people in Minnesota, Wisconsin, his big thing, because he grew up in Cleveland, Ohio, and we used to go up to the mountains, Placerville, and all that, go up to Tahoe, and all those places. And my dad, not very clear on the roof. There's the whole roof. Can't tell. There's snow spot on the roof, but I don't know how much is on the roof. Hard to tell. I think it's just towards the eaves of the roof and the top. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like to me. You can look on here. Yeah, see, it's just the eaves. This you can tell clearly where the snow is. Okay, let's do the eaves. Yeah, it's just the eaves. There's a clump in the middle there. Okay. But he had this saying about snow. He did not like snow. It scared him because growing up with the snow like he did, he was prepared for the worst. That the second it started snowing, my mother and I would sit there and ooh and ah and all that stuff, and he would sit there and he was just like grit his teeth and drive. He'd say, "Well, if this starts sticking, we're going home." But the other thing he pointed out was that probably up there too, or for you guys too, the first day it snows, it always looks beautiful. By the second or third day, when the snow's by the road, it turns black or brown. So he would call it Cleveland snow, because the snow plows would move it. So right now, in a lot of my nice little village, I have Cleveland snow. So what we're going to be doing, I'm going to try to start early in June with it this year, so you guys can watch. What we're going to be doing is redoing, just like I'm doing now with the snow flock I'm putting on this house. We're going to be doing that. We're going to be doing the snow flock on those things to make them, stand out better, because right now the snow's turning brown and black. I was 18, 19 when I designed the thing and those things in the first place. So we're going to be doing that. Hello, everybody. And don't forget, we'll be here at 6:30 p.m. doing readings. Hey, Dorothy. Hello. How are you doing? We got lots of people coming on. Okay, so let's do the snow on the roof. So it looks like it's going to go this way, and then we're going to curve it down a little bit, small there, and then it's going to go up a little bit. We've got a clump of snow here. We're going to go down, and then the corner is going to curve out. So let's see if I can do this without messing it up. And then, of course, the roof will have to be topped off when the time comes. All right, let's see if I can do this without messing it up. Think I can do this without screwing it up, you guys? Yeah, good luck with that, huh? Good luck with that. And for those of you on the other network, just to give you a heads up, there will be a GoFundMe coming out. I'll explain later. I can't do it over on TikTok, but there will be kind of like a GoFundMe coming out for something I need. I hate doing that, but I'm kind of in dire need right now. But I can't do that on TikTok, so so I gotta watch what I say. So I bring this down now, clump it up a little bit, bring it down. It is snow after all. And then it kind of goes up here. So it's going to kind of beat up in here. I want to make sure we have enough of this other too, so when the sugar goes on, it attaches. Okay, we're going to do our best to do this. If it's not perfect, we're just going to deal with it. But like I said, I'm trying not to cause lumps because it'll make it that much harder to add the thousands of twinkly lights. So tomorrow I'll be back at 4 p.m. Pacific to do this, and we'll work all the way up until 7 or 8 tomorrow. We'll do a 3-4 hour run on this. There we go. Let me thin it out so I can get the sugar on there. Okay, make sure I got it looking halfway decent to what they want. Yeah, that's not too bad. Close enough for government work. And I'll be reading the book tomorrow at noon. And again, tonight I'll be back on doing readings. Aren't you guys glad that I figured out how to do this so you guys can see what I was doing? The only one that can't see, well, TikTok can see what I'm doing too. Between both places, you both can see what I'm working on. Which last year and the year before when I did these projects, you couldn't see what I was working on. Okay, let's get our snow, shall we? How much mess can I make now? And since we may have a place to go, make a mess, make a mess, make a mess. And there's no simple way to do this. The only other way to do this is, like I said, if I had, like the jar I have that spilled everywhere. If I have the jar that the other stuff came in, that would be the only logical way to do this without making a huge ass mess. Okay, press it. Nice. Press it in. Press it in, press it in, press it out, rawhide. Okay, I'm going to shake it off. Well, I got a spot that's empty. It's kind of empty. Oh, heck. Too much of a good thing. As God is my witness. Okay, let me flip it up. Oh, that one turned out really good. See that? We got snow flocking on the roof. See, the roof's all nice and snowy, guys. See it? Snow flock on the roof. Back to the excess I'm going to put on the roof because there's really no way to put it back in the There we are. Bring back. There we are. Let me get them back. All right, see, that was your reset, you guys. That was the reset for those of you on the other networks. Why it resets, I have no idea. It's irritating me because it does that, but okay. I'll get a little bit more of the sun and I'll press it. That should do it. Okay, let me press this one more time. Then I'll show you guys. Yeah, that's cool. See, there's enough icing up there, see? See that? See that, you guys? Okay, let's do the other one. So this is cool. I'm thinking it's going to be the same way on both sides. Fairly the same. So we have made progress on this today, you know. Better than the last few days. I love doing this stuff, and it amazes me when I do it and I look up at the clock and I see what time it is because it's always so much fun for me to do it. I love it. I relax doing it. Like I said, it's something I've always done. Whoa, nobody's watching me over there. What happened? I lost all my viewers over there. Uh-oh. Maybe I'm not broadcasting? I can't tell if I'm broadcasting or not. Yeah, they might have lost me. No viewers. Bummer. That's what I can do about it. I can't double check because if I come off of TikTok, I'll have to restart TikTok. So I really can't double check. So it is what it is. That or it's just a black camera. Okay, the flocking is the same on both sides. All right, this other one, this is what goes over the front door. Because that's when he was stuck in the attic. Okay, yeah, they're back. Yeah, that was your reset, you guys. Remember I'm always telling you about the reset? That was your reset. So speaking of this, what I'm going to do is we're going to glue this together right now. We're going to get this on there where it belongs. We'll put this part on. And I'll have to set it somewhere so it dries right. But we're going to go ahead and put that part on. And get that over with because it does need to glue together. So I can wrap up the snow flocking. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. Might as well just do it now. Since the Pillsbury's out. Yeah, that's your reset, you guys, over there. For some reason. And TikTok will do the same thing, except with TikTok, what happens is they send out the puzzle piece. And you got 4 minutes to respond and put the puzzle piece in the hole. And if you don't get there in 4 minutes, it'll shut the live off. So it's a similar process. Okay, so let that glue on. Whoops, it's a little high. There we go. We'll let that glue on there. That should attach pretty good. And this is, I'm going to have to work on these windows and find out what color they're supposed to be. Because these 4 windows here, that is the front. When you see Clark up in the attic, and he gets stuck in the attic, and he opens one of the windows to call down the family, or tries to open. Those are the windows. All right, so let's flock this. But those are the windows he tries to open. Everybody's back. We got one person back. Who do we have over there? It's good to see everybody. All right, let me flock this. I'm not going to lift this up to show you the sugar because I'm trying to dry that one part on there. To, you know, we can leave it dry overnight. That way the roof's complete and I can just do a touch up in there. But it's good. It's going to have the same shading that the other side has. It's going to be the same shape and everything. Getting closer to putting on those lights. Tomorrow will be the day that we start the thousands of white lights for sure. You know? For the Christmas vacation house. And then we'll finish off that other house. And then, well, we'll do this. We'll do Cousin Eddie's trailer. And I have a cookie trailer that I found at Safeway. So we'll do Cousin Eddie's cookie trailer. We'll trash it up. And then we'll build the other gingerbread house that collapsed in on itself because the frosting was crap. We'll finish that one off, and then we'll go back because by then that little Brio Cousin Eddie's trailer will be here, so we can put that trailer together. Okay, make sure I'm doing this correctly. Line it up, rawhide. Okay. So it's going to go up kind of. Then we're going to, I don't think it really matters. It just has to look like snow. Snow on the eaves. So we're going for it. Hey, I never said I was the Iron Chef, okay? I never claimed to be the Iron Chef, never claimed to be able to do cakes. I just work here. I'm doing a quickie. If I could make a living, I enjoy doing psychic readings, but if I could make a living doing crafts, that would be the ultimate for me. At least my mother did that for a while, you know? They had a little craft business. My mother was so good at this stuff. So was my sister. My sister, she's the one that could get the icing and squeeze it out of the bag and make the flowers and all that. Me, I squeeze the icing out of the bag. It comes out like one big glob of snot. I don't do icing. I'll paint it on like this, just like you. Wait, if I don't go with those little steely ball things for this, then we'll have 1,000. We'll have thousands of twinkly lights put on by toothpick. You watch. Okay, this has like a rise. It's kind of off from the other side, but we don't care. It all comes out in the wash. As long as it looks like snow. Ah, I should have done that, dummy. You big dummy. It's going to say it was almost stuck on. I gotta not mess with it. Okay, so we're ready. As long as this looks like snow, that's all that matters. Thin it out. That's all we care about is it looks like snow in the end. Okay. Thank you, Poppy Fresh. All right, so let me add this snow. I'll try and lift this up without breaking off that other thing. But we'll see. Without that end popping off, because we want that to glue on so that we have that end on. See, I'll be able to lift it. Just needs to be reconnected. Okay, here we go. See, that tells you how unsteady my hands are. I can barely, control this coming out of here because my hands are just shaky. See what I mean? No bueno on that. Okay. Okay. Press, 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 press. Press, 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 press. Okay, so now we're going to lift this bad boy up. Very nice and icy. Very nice. I'll show you guys. Hopefully I won't drop everything into high heaven. Looks nice. Very nice and icy. See if there's anywhere else we can add snow. I'm willing to try the first twinkly light on that other half of the roof. I'm willing to try the first twinkly lights. So we'll see. Let me get this down where I want it. See if I can do anything else exterior-wise. But like I said, I'm more than willing today to make the attempt with that yellow stuff to try the first twinkly light there. Okay. Look at this down here. Let's spread accordingly. Spread the love, baby. So let me grab this by hand. Let me do a little more spreading here. There we go. Come back this way a little bit. Sticky as all hell. Okay, let me pat it down. Then I'll show you guys. So I'm willing. We can try it on this side. See how they're going to go on. Don't know if I can do it. That's why I said it might be just more worthwhile either to buy those little things to put on there or do it with a toothpick. Don't know how I want to do it. Good, most of it stayed on. All right, here's this part, and I put the corner on here finally. See that? There's the snow there. There's your snow there with the corner. Okay. So this is going to have to dry in its own spot so it doesn't bend or anything. So we can get that on. Keep that corner on. So I'm willing. Let's try it. Let's see what happens with the first twinkly lights. That's a little off in here too. You can see we're sitting off there. Not quite lined up there. So we're going to do it on the, see if I can set the twinkly lights on that one. Okay. So let's see what I can do here. No promises I'm going to be able to do this. And they have to be lined up. I don't know how many go down the roof. Oh, I can count. Hang on. But yeah, good luck with that. So I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, about 14. That's a lot of lights. It looks like about 14. So we're going to find out, aren't we? Let me find the yellow squeezy stuff. We're about to find out if I can pull off the twinkly lights. And they're right next to each other, so that'll be, there's the yellow stuff. That's for the twinkly lights. The yellow gel. Let's gellify the yellow gel. Like I said, I can't promise that this is even going to work. That looks so good over that one. I'm trying to knead this. I don't even know if it's going to work, you guys. So we're going to find out. Well, this is where we find out if it's actually going to cooperate with me or not. So what are we all doing today? Are we cleaning house? Are we hanging out? Are we having a lazy day? I would say mine was semi-lazy. Except for having to go to the store, you know. Even the dog was bored last night. I was watching the TV on my phone, which I didn't know. Like I said, I didn't know I could project it. And the dog got bored because the dog likes to look up at the TV. If I block the TV with my coat or something, the dog has a fit. She wants to see TV. Okay. So let's try this first. So I got 14 going down the side. Okay. The question is, do you feel Lucky Puck? So obviously there's the tiny little tip for it. That's the tip they're aiming for. So I'm going to cut around the tip. I'm actually going to trim around the tip so I can keep the shape of the tip. There it is. Then we're going to cut the tip off a little bit because the tip's going to have to be cut. Okay, here goes nothing, gang. Let's see if I got it open or not. Are you open or did I not cut you right? That's not even open. Seriously? Really? Not even open. This is where we're going to have problems. Because if this goes too wide open, we're going to be in trouble. Because if it's too wide open, we're going to get more out coming out than we want. Yeah, it doesn't want to open. How did I know? How did I know it was going to do that, right? How did I know it was going to open that way? That wouldn't open. There it is. Okay. Let's see what we can do. Wish me luck. Here we go. The first of I got to be really careful with my glasses, you guys. That's the story in and of itself right now. The first of 14 The first of millions of twinkly lights. Let me put this down. Here we go. Number 1. Number 2. That was kind of funky. Number 3. Number 4. Good God. Number 5. Number 6. Number 7. I'm getting braver. Number 8. Number 9. Come on, squeeze out. That's what I'm afraid it won't squeeze right. The sugar is not squeezing all the sugar. Okay, we'll just go. We'll let the sugar dry and deal with it. No, it won't stick to the sugar. Oh, that's interesting. That's going to be something I'm going to have to glob. It won't stick to the sugar. Figures. Figures. This is going to take direction from Mr. Toothpick. It's going down, but it won't stay on the sugar very well. Yeah, this is where we got to use Mr. Toothpick. Even the toothpick's having issues with it. Yeah, a little bit more for there. Okay, a little bit more for Santa Claus. Okay. So the first row is on. Kind of crooked, but the first row's on. The first row of a million twinkling lights is on. And so it begins. I'll let you guys look. I may decide to make these bigger. I don't know yet. We can always build, on top of them. See right here? Oh, that one boogered over. Hang on. That one boogered over. Can't have you boogering over, dude. There we go. There we go. The first row of thousands of twinkly lights are on. Right there. So with doing this, it's going to be row after row. So we're going to go all the way across like this. Hi, how you doing, Doc? So let's keep going for a few more minutes. And that's what we have to do. So here we are doing row after row of twinkly lights. Pamela, welcome back. Okay, so let me start the next row. And here we go. Like I told you guys, this is an art project. This is not a cookie house. This is a work of art, guys. Okay. I'm going to try and keep the same distance. Doesn't mean I will, but then if I run out of this, I'm going to have to find a suitable color. And again, it's not sticking in the sugar, so I can't get to land in the sugar. So that's going to have to be toothpicked in, no matter how I do this. Could be because the sugar's not dry on there yet. That could be causing it. But for right now, for the sake of argument, we're just going to toothpick it in. Okay. I'm just going to skip that. Let the sugar dry. I think it's the fact that the sugar's not dry. That it's not shedding because it's popping off. So what we'll do is we'll go across the top here. We'll just do the top. That way I can get my lineup set up for the lights. That way they're lined up, and then we can just continue when it's dry. Because we're going to be doing this, I think, for a couple of days. Because not only do we have to do this to this part, we have to do this to the sides of the houses and everything too. So I'll try and keep my spacing straight as much as I can. Actually looks pretty good considering it's my hands. Unless it gets clogged, which it looks like it might be clogging. Did you clog? Yes, you did. Son of a gun. Okay. And we're going to have clogging issues. Well, surprise, surprise. Why are you clogging? Christmas vacation. There it is. Blast you, Clark W. Griswold. I just don't want to do anything to jeopardize my glasses. I don't have glasses. If these disappear, I won't be able to see. I won't have glasses. I won't have anything. I won't have contacts till like the 28th if I'm lucky. You know, if everything goes well on the 28th, I'll have contacts. Until then, it's like very nerve-wracking right now. Well, that's coming out nice. Well, this isn't too bad. If I can keep it flowing right. Not bad at all, you guys. I finally figured out how to flow it. Okay, so that row is pretty well done. You can see some were smaller and uneven because that was the first ones I did. We'll try to add a little more on these when they dry. I'll add some more when they dry. Add a little more when they dry. Let me see if I can start going back with it now. Gotta be like right there. Yeah, right about there. And we show you the beginnings of the thousands of twinkling lights. Then he stapled his hand to the thing, remember? My favorite is the electric company. That's what happens at my house every year. Smut has a field day with me. And my twinkly lights. Excuse me. Not too bad, not too bad. So I'm adding the twinkly lights right now. Starting the twinkly lights. Da da da. Christmas time is here. Christmas vacation. Okay. Moving on. Thousands of twinkly lights. Try and keep them as much in line as I can. It won't be perfect. At least on my hands holding fairly steady, which surprises me. In fact, these should be further up, I think. Christmas vacation. And then as I get closer to the sugar, they're not going to stick. So you guys want to see what I've done so far? I'm going to watch when I grab it now. There's the first set of twinkly lights. It's not going to be perfect, you guys, okay? So there's the first set of twinkly lights going on. So it ain't the best. Boy, you can see the mess up in the... I'm going to have to adjust here. You can see where it surges up and comes down. I'm going to have to bring it down over here. You know, because it inches up too high up here. Because we want to keep the line going consistent. So I'm going to try and make sure it's a consistent height. Make some adjustments. That, of course, was one that had sugar. Didn't say this was going to be perfect. Because when I do this stuff, it's going to be far from perfect. Okay. Got one missing right there. It's going to be weird looking. I mean, I can always add more lights up the middle, like these spots that are more open, which I'll probably end up doing. So I'm going to drop down. Oh, I got a cramp coming up. Oh, I hate it. I hate cramps. Christmas vacation. We could add another row in between those lights, and I'll probably do that. Because, I mean, we need to inundate this with lights. I mean, that's what he did. He inundated everything. Everywhere you could see, there were lights. So we're going to put light there. We're going to put one there. Put one there. Put one there. The more the better on here. Because that's what he did. He inundated Christmas lights. See? You get the effect of the second here, which is kind of cool. Any place where I left a wide area, we're going to inundate with Christmas lights. Because that's what he did in the movie. I mean, that's why when he turned the power on, he knocked the power off to have a Chicago. Now that looks more like it. Okay, we're good. I'll show you guys in a second. See, now we're getting to how he had it in the movie. So anywhere where I see a huge open spot, I'm just going to throw lights in. I'm not going to go in random, random miles. See that? Look at it. Now we're Clark Gunn. Now we're Griswolding the house. Look. See it? Now it's a Griswold house. So anywhere where I see a big open space, like right here, I'm going to go ahead and just dab some lights in. Because that is exactly what he did. Okay, let's start this other eye on this other row. Because I think I went too wide with them. I was concerned with going too wide. And I think what I need to do is just slap these bad boys on there. You know? Christmas vacation. And I'm avoiding the sugar right now because it's not going to stick till the sugar dries. I'm already aware of that. I'm not going to worry. I was going to put these like in a certain order. And I'm not going to worry about that because I just think the way he had the lights on there, we can just inundate the living crap out of it. Have a minute. The more I do it, the more you guys are going to see it. I like this. This is meticulous enough to hold my attention. I can honestly say that. I love stuff like this where I have to like put my complete attention on it. Keep me busy. Again, the OCD. This is good for my OCD. Except when it does that. Okay. Yeah. So we're going to skip the snow pieces because, like I said, the sugar hasn't dried yet. Oh my God, that looks good. Let me do this down here and I'll share it with you guys. Because once I get on to just above the snow, I'm going to stop here with this part. Because, like I said, until the sugar's dry, it's not going to stick anyway. So we just might as well get as far as down as we can with it. Clark W. Griswold. Because I'm going to have to put it on over the snow anyway when the time comes. Okay, guys, here's this one so far. Gotta let it all dry now. Christmas vacation and the snow. They will go on over the snow when the time comes. Are you ready? Millions of blinking mini lights. Okay, there we go. Look at that. Griswold style. Look at that. I got to fill in a lot of here. There we go with our millions of blinking white lights. Christmas vacation. Here, let me add a few more over here because this side looks like it's really sparse compared to the other side. Not so much the quality, but the quantity, right? It's all about the quantity. Let that dry. So they're going to come all the way down the edge of the roof. Is where they're coming down. Anywhere where I see a lot of open spaces, I'm going to fill. Thank God I have baggies so the stuff doesn't go bad. See, that one didn't want to stick on right. Okay, so that's that for that one. Let that driving continue tomorrow on this. So I'm going to grab the other one. Or I'm going to go ahead and put lights on it. And we're just going to put lights on here. I'll try and keep them as straight as I can. But we'll go around them if we have to. So check it out, you guys. Thousands and thousands of twinkly lights. Look at that. Christmas vacation. What do you think? What do you think over here? That's pretty cool. And I got to remember what size I'm using because I want to have the sides all match up. Well, there's the first part of the thousands of twinkly lights. All right. Let's do this over here real quick because there's not a lot of space here. We'll do this little part here. Then I'll do part of this one and then we'll call it. But at least we're starting to get those twinkly lights on there. And tomorrow, that should be all dry. So we can go in and we can do the yellow lighting on this stuff to bring the lights in around the snow. All this. What do you guys think? No one's talking to me, man. What, you all fell asleep? I don't see any hearts going up there on TikTok. Nobody loves me today? What's going on with that, man? What'd I do to you? Are your fingers broken? Guess everybody's got, last night people had broken fingers too, man. Christmas vacation. Damn, the torpedoes. Not bad, not bad. Not as hard a job as I thought it was going to be. Initially, I thought this house was going to make me crazy. This isn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. Unless I have more problem with going over the sugar like that, but anything, I got a booger right there I got to fix. Let's repair you. There you go. What do you guys think of my thousands and thousands of twinkly lights? Put you right there. Another booger. Okay. All right. So here's this piece. See it again tomorrow when that's dry. When that's dry, we're going to continue. See, there's the thousands of twinkly lights, you guys, that he did right there. Let me do this piece. This will be the last thing I do today. This will dry for like 2 hours before I come back in here. Just like this end will dry. And I'll be able to put the stuff away so it dries overnight. And then the front of the house, the whole front and sides of the house are going to have these little lights on them too. So therein lies the challenge, right? I was going to try and line them up, number-wise, but you know what? As I'm doing this, I'm discovering, instead of counting these things out, lining them up, I'm just putting them on. That's all I'm doing. I mean, at this point, this thing's gotta start to get funky. The end's starting to get dirty on this. Clean it up. Oh wow, Rico is starting to seal up on me. I can't find the tip now. Hang on. What the heck? Where'd the tip go? Hold, please. Thank you. Where is the tip? The tip's getting funky. There it is right there. My luck, I'll do this and I'll push it. And then what will happen is I'll miss and I'll get my finger. That would hurt. Hello, ER. Okay. One thing I have is I don't want to overuse this because it's got to be on the whole house. Otherwise, I'll have to. I think it's cheesecake color because I've seen this yellow. So I think it's cheesecake color because I've been looking for extra the last couple days. You know, when I go to the store. So if I need more, I believe it's cheesecake color. But I want to make sure, you know. Okay, let's go ahead and start dabbing in between. Thousands of twinkly lights. So let me ask you this. The latest vacation movie, Christina Applegate. Did you guys like that movie? The one that Christina Applegate made? This tip's getting weird. Now this side looks like a 5-year-old attempted it. Ah. Okay. This is one of those slap them on, fix it later jobs. Yeah, this thing's starting to get weird. It was flowing so nice over there, and now it's not flowing very well. Yeah, it's just kind of dragging it. It shouldn't be dragging it. That or it's getting too warm for it. Thousands of twinkly lights. Time. Yeah, see, I'm just enough time to do this and then call it so I can go take care of other business today. Like take my afternoon nap before my other show. I don't want to run out of this stuff, but it looks like it's going to run low today. Looks like we're going to run low on this. Okay, so again, we're going to let the sugar dry so we don't fight it. Because otherwise, it's going to make me crazy. Some of these are too spread out. We'll fix that later. We'll get in here and add as needed. Just wonder if I can do this without losing it. That'd be nice. Get down as low as I can without dabbing in the sugar. There we go. This is what it is. Little dab will do me. It's hard to recreate like a classic, and like when they tried to do it. The Christina Applegate movie was good, but not as funny. And it's just so hard to recreate stuff. To go back and find that lightning in a bottle with things. TV does that all the time. The movies are always doing it now. Always trying to find the lightning in the bottle again. Okay, well, I think we're wrapped today. I think that's going to do it. I got to get a baggie and seal this thing off for tonight. Let it dry for a couple hours before I move it officially. Okay, so there you have it for now. We just started the twinkly lights. Tomorrow what we'll do is we'll put more lights on over the snow because the snow will be dry. Won't have to worry about it. It'll be easier to put on. So let me show you guys. Here's where we're at. There is the roof with all the thousands of twinkly lights. See? As we start to inundate with the thousands of twinkly lights. Let those dry. And I'll do the ceremonial suck down a teaspoon of frosting before I go. And that's it for now. And these are going to dry for the next hour, probably until around 5:45, and I'll be in here picking up, putting stuff away for the show. But I do have to run out and get a couple of baggies in the other room, from the other room, because I do need to seal off that stuff. So there you have it. We started the twinkly lights. We got the snow on today, extra coat of paint on the roof. So I think we had a pretty productive day. So I hope you enjoyed it. Tomorrow is another day of building the Christmas vacation house. It's going to be kind of sad when we're done because, we put all this work into it. You're welcome. So again, tomorrow we'll be here at 4 p.m. Pacific to work on it. And yeah, so the sugar's safe as long as it doesn't get knocked around. Good luck with that. I don't know where my spoon went. There it is. Okay. So I know you guys, you're like anybody else with frosting, right? So this is our new tradition doing this. So what I'm going to do is here we go, and then I'll go in there and wonder why I can't nap, right? See, I got almost a full one here. Here we go. There it is, you guys. That's for all of you. Yummy. Okay, that's it. And tomorrow is another day. Okay, here's what's going on. I'll be back 6:45 p.m. Pacific to do tarot card readings tonight. And then tomorrow, I'll be back noon Pacific to read the Scary Story book for an hour. I got a private reading at 2. And then 4 p.m. Pacific, I'll be right back at this. And we may be able to get a lot. To get the sidewalls, at least two of the big sidewalls done. So we're gonna be, all we're gonna be doing from here on in is dabbing little lights on these things. These little tiny lights. So we should be doing really good progress on that tomorrow. So just remember that tomorrow is going to be almost a 3 to 4 hour day for doing this. We'll start at 4 p.m. Pacific, and yeah, we should make some good progress on it. So for right now, I'm going to bid you guys adieu. And like I said, I have to clean up a little bit in here and get my nap in. Sounds terrible, like I'm an old person, but I have to. I put up so much energy, and with the psychic energy I'm using, the amount that I use with the amount of people that come through, I have to rest. So I'll go in and take my little nap, and then put this stuff away and then get ready for it and get tonight's readings going. So again, 12 noon tomorrow. I'm sorry, 6:45 today, Pacific. Come on back in on TikTok. I'll do a 3-card reading for you for free. So come on in, come visit, come enjoy, come sit around. We laugh, we tell jokes, we do things like that. So come on in and do that. And then tomorrow at noon Pacific, we'll be reading from the Creepy Book. And then 2 p.m. I have my private reading. And then at 4 p.m. Pacific till about 8 p.m. Pacific tomorrow, we're going to be working on this. Okay? So big weekend. Thank you guys for coming. Thanks to the moderators that came in. I'll see you if you have a TikTok account. If you don't, get a TikTok account. Come visit me over there. Come visit me over on TikTok tonight. I'll see you guys 6:45 p.m. Pacific tonight. Have a great night, TikTok. Dismiss. Ooh, 380 people watched me. That's pretty cool. 380 people watched me. Okay, so Facebook, now I can say it. Facebook and YouTube, thank you for coming in tonight. I hope you saw it all. And nothing went wrong like the first automated airplane. So again, I'll be on TikTok tonight at 6:45 p.m. Pacific if you want to come on over. Get yourself a TikTok account. Come on over. And then tomorrow, 12 noon, don't forget, I'll be live on Facebook and YouTube and TikTok reading from the Spirits of Christmas, the Dark Side of the Holidays. Okay? So that'll be at noon Pacific. And then I'll be back at 4 p.m. Pacific tomorrow to do 3 to 4 hours work on this house. Okay? All right, everybody. Thank you for coming tonight. I hope to see you later today. Okay? Bye.